Hey producers, I hope everybody's doing great. This is Carlo with a K, or Carlo con K en español, which I'll be making some videos in Spanish for my Spanish speaking audience. So today I wanted to talk about something we all come across every once in a while, which is poorly recorded drums, or if you're using drum simulation plugin, like in today's example, you can use this or similar technique to quickly or fairly quickly enhance the drum sound. So let's take a listen. Not bad at all, actually. Studio Drummer, they've done very good job. It's a decent drum simulation plugin, and I know many of you have it and love it and use it, and it does great job. Now it does have some limitations in my opinion. One, for example, you really need to spend some time to get decent sounding drums, and sometimes in this line of work you wanna get job done quickly, deal with deadlines. And now I'm not saying you shouldn't spend some time tweaking and producing drums, because it's such a dynamic instrument. It really you need to be careful, and I know for a fact that many producers, engineers they're taking their times to make drum sounds good. So what I've done here, I printed the audio, and on the the blue tracks are the copies, and each copy I inserted the trigger, which is also very familiar drum replacement plugin by Steven Slate, and it comes with this huge library of very high quality recorded drum samples, which you can replace your drum with. And let's take a listen first without the trigger. Okay. Now it does sound a little bit different because I'm using some processing, not much, but pretty, it affects the sound, what I try to say, because comparing to this versus so to me it sounds pretty different. Now watch what happens when I start engaging each of these individual copies that have trigger inserted. So let's take a listen, starting from the kick, snare and toms. Versus let's set some bass. Now let's see how it works with Studio Drummer, the bass and Studio Drummer. So the difference is pretty drastic, and the only thing I've done actually is insert this plugin and then play with some samples and see what sounds good. Now there are many resources on YouTube videos. I won't go through it because I would be just repeating what other people said, and I think that's actually pretty much. Let's hear it with the guitar just to reference. Now let's listen this. I'm sorry. Now let's listen that bass and guitar with the studio drummer and see if you can notice some difference. And now with the trigger. So this is what we actually adding to the original sound. Okay, so this is copy of the kick and copy of the snare, and let's start adding the trigger. I don't know. To me, it sounds much better. And now I'm not saying you just slap the trigger and forget about it. You should spend some time tweaking, but I think this is by adding the trigger, you kind of get to that sweet starting point, and you can either leave it if it suits your taste or tweak it further. So this is all I got for you, and because I like to keep my videos short and sweet, I'm going to include the audio and MIDI file for free download down in the link. I hope you find this video useful, interesting, and if you like my content, please consider subscribing. And that's it. Until the next episode, take care.